Everybody loves chest day, but everybody does it wrong. These are 5 chest exercises that everyone does wrong. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is make sure your technique is safe and effective for the chest press. So we're gonna start, let's do your first rep and then we'll get into the groove of this one. Okay, so what I want you to do is keep your back against the back of the seat. Try not to lean into the exercise. Okay, the first thing we want to do in every exercise is to stabilize the shoulder joint. So you want to concentrate on keeping your shoulder blades together against the back pad of the seat. So I don't want you to lean forward or let your shoulders come forward at all. There you go. We want to concentrate on squeezing the muscles we're working. So in the chest press, obviously we're trying to work the chest, and we want to keep the focus on the chest. We don't want to go through an extra portion of the range of motion and then take the emphasis off the chest. So we're going to sit up tall, keep those shoulder blades stable and squeezed together, and we're only going to come out as far as our elbows are almost locked out. We don't want to completely straighten our arms. There you go. And then because we're working the chest, you want to focus on squeezing those muscles, and it actually puts you in a shorter range of motion. But you keep the emphasis on the chest, and obviously then you'll get more effect out of the exercise. Cool. Okay, so what we want to do is, number 1, go nice and slow. And when you arc out, try to keep your elbow a little bit straighter. If you bend your elbow too much, then you take where the resistance is fighting gravity and make it easier for yourself. So you're better off not going too heavy on this exercise or any other exercise, and concentrating on your form, concentrating on the effectiveness for the muscle you're trying to train. Now, the reason people get less effect out of this exercise is because they allow the dumbbells to drift toward their waistline. You should be squeezing the dumbbells directly up over your nose. So you're better off coming a little higher than you are letting the dumbbells drift a little lower. And at the top of the exercise, you want to stop when the dumbbells are about a foot away from each other. If you bring the dumbbells all the way into the middle, then your body gets a chance to rest. So you keep the pressure on the muscle, not giving it a chance to rest in the middle of the exercise, and it becomes more challenging.
Yeah.
Do you notice that?
Yeah.
Now, the biggest mistake we see on the Smith machine decline press is that the machine provides stability for you. You don't have to control the bar, so everyone wants to load it up and go too heavy. You really don't need to do that, because it'll take you out of the pattern of concentrating on the chest. Okay, on the dips here, it's a great chest exercise. You have to be very careful of your shoulders. And if you're not strong enough to do a full range dip, moderate your range so that you can get the benefits from the exercise as you get stronger. We're working here on the pec deck for chest. And the first mistake most people make is that they adjust the machine with the arms too far behind them. You don't need to have the arms all the way back to get a stretch on this exercise. In fact, you're probably risking shoulder injury by starting all the way back here and trying to bring the weight up, especially on your heavier sets. So on the next set, we're going to adjust the arms to be a little bit forward. Okay, so we've adjusted the arms to be a little bit more forward, so my arms aren't behind me this way in my chest in a full stretch position, which is going to risk injury for starting your set. Just like all your other exercises, you want to go nice and slow and controlled, concentrate on the muscles you're trying to work, in this case, chest. And again, we're starting with that stable shoulder position by squeezing our shoulder blades together and trying to maintain that throughout the set. As the set gets heavier and you get more fatigue, some people will reach out like this and come off the pad and lose that shoulder stability. So you want to stay nice and smooth. The range of motion might feel small, but if you keep the emphasis on the muscles you're trying to work, you'll get so much more effect out of the exercise. So on this set, what I want you to do on your first couple reps is let your elbows drop down. Like don't, you know, let them, yeah. Okay, so now what we see here is that we're letting our elbows drop down too much. We want to keep your elbows up kind of in line with your shoulders, and you reach out in front of you like you're hugging a tree. You don't want your elbows to drop down. It'll put your shoulder joint at risk of injury and take the effectiveness off of the chest. Even if it gets heavier and you're fatigued near the end of the set, you want to maintain this form even if it's just for a partial rep. If you can't get the whole rep, just get that squeeze, keep the form,